Welcome everyone for another card time with Jamie. Jamie tonight is going to be showing us her black card, correct? Black card that you can do for a birthday or you can really turn it into any occasion. So, Jamie,
Hi, everyone. Move this out of the way. This one is another fun fold that's actually really easy as long as you don't do what I did the first couple of times and get ahead of yourself. The most important thing is to do all of your pattern pieces first. Because if you forget and you have this pattern piece left when you go to put your blocks on, you can't get it underneath them. So I'll start with. So the base is pretty simple. It just starts out as your basic rectangle and then it's scored twice. So the first score, you're just going to fold it over. And then the second one, you're going to fold it over the other way. And then that's your base. And I'll start doing these pattern ones. This is Cricut's shimmer cardstock that they don't make anymore, which is
that
really
makes me so
unfortunate.
sad.
Right. It is
So
so
good.
pretty.
Oh,
I think I like it better than I even like the sparkle. The sparkle's nice because the glitter doesn't come off, but this shimmer is just it like it feels like velvet almost.
And I'm always very picky what I use those like discontinued materials on. Oh, I did find like 4 sheets of craft board yesterday. That made me excited.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I've been getting kind of picky too. But you kind of don't want it to become too precious to use because then it just sits there and you just stare at it and wish they'd make more and
It's
then
very
it
true.
never gets used. And so when I overglue their shadow layer that they get glued to first.
is this one of the cards, Jamie, that you can kind of cut out of the same piece and it goes together?
Kinda, except I don't think I kept my pieces lined up that way. Um, and this is another card stock you can't get anymore. The pattern paper is one of Anna Griffin's that Cricut used to sell, that I clearly bought an awful lot of.
Mhm. Oh, I shall not. Yep.
And this one's only kind of directional because the flowers go both ways on most of these pieces, so it doesn't really, probably doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things which direction you flip it. But depending on what you guys are using, you might want to pay attention to that. Okay, so now you should have your big piece and then your four smaller ones. To save yourself my nightmare, I would start with this one and get it on your card base.
Do your sentiments on the back?
Yes. The sentiment is on the back.
It's gonna
There's
be-
honestly room on the front of this. Well, you'll see when I get the rest of it put together. There's enough room on the front. You could probably do a small sentiment on the front instead.
That paper's beautiful.
It is.
I love this one.
It's so pretty. The
Okay, now I'm
colors.
going to do the smaller pieces just so that I don't make a mistake later. These are the same thing. They've all got 3 score lines. And they're all going to be mountain folds.
When I talk like go over the folds in my head, I always sing that's Earth, Wind, and Fire, ain't it? September ain't no valley low enough, ain't no mountain high. Like when I
Just a small tip, if you happen to be using the scoring stylus rather than the wheels and you're working on Cricut's paper that's textured, it works better if you flip it over and do your score lines on the smoother side. Makes them far easier to see. So when you fold it, it should look something like that. Okay, now I'm going to start with the biggest one. So they're all going to go onto the card just like that. So your small tab is out here. So your pattern piece is going to go on the top.
I know flower direction can be difficult, can it? Because they can go.
Well, in this particular paper, these flowers go like in all different directions. So I've just kind of I look at each piece and just try to decide which way I want it to go and hope it looks okay.
I will. Text
And
me
I
when
will
you get
try.
home. I know you will. 2 nights in a row, you'll do it. Break it
Okay,
in.
same thing with this one. Your small tab is going to be down against your card. So this is where you want your pattern piece.
Okay. I'll see you Thursday. Well, no, I may not be here Thursday. Although I'm signed up.
I'm fine to take it, depends on what time I get out of the doctor's office.
All right, bye y'all. Love you. Love you too. Be careful.
Hi, Lucy Lou. So white.
This one, I'm
Donnelly,
not sure that piece matters.
Yeah.
I want you to show Alex your bunny cards before you get off.
Okay.
The coat on the table.
I guess it has my keys in it.
And your paint cups on.
Okay. And then your last one, your biggest one, actually goes on this outermost flap over here.
Mhm.
How long does it typically take you to design?
Honestly, it depends. This one was a card that I saw on Pinterest.
Mhm.
So I just kind of redesigned it in Design Space. And I think I spent probably 2 hours on this one. Probably takes somebody like Louise about 5 minutes.
That's what I always think too when I do something. I'm like, man, I've been here
Takes
for
me
3
forever
hours.
to get the measurements.
Yeah. Well, and the measurements were on the
Pinterest.
page on Pinterest,
Oh, nice.
but the measurements are for an A2 card, which is what I made for the first one. And then I got help from Louise to make it into an A7 card, which is what I'm putting together now.
Oh, okay. Thanks.
Both of those sizes are in the file.
Yeah.
Oh, we
Okay.
could do without Louise.
So you're going to start with your biggest folded piece, and you're just going to kind of fold it in half like this. And it goes in right here.
Uh-huh.
So you just want glue on this one side. And I didn't put any score marks or anything in the file to tell you where to put it because it's pretty easy to just eyeball it.
Oh.
So I just kind of go to what looks to be about the middle, which, well, probably isn't, but, and then just close it. And you're going to open it back up so that you've got the same, your other side where your short tab is, and you just glue the short tab. Leave it still folded in half and close it. Now when you pick it up, your block stands up.
Nice.
Oh, I don't want to
And
do
you're going
it.
to do the exact same thing with the next one. You just kind of fold it in half and you're going to put glue on this big tab.
I hope I did this right. Oh, I did it right. Woohoo! Oh no. Did it. What's going on here? Why isn't that sticking?
Okay, and the same thing with this one. Now you're not going to be able to open your card all the way, so you'll have to.
Then next one. Okay.
You just kind of butt it up against it and flatten it.
Today. Yep.
Okay, and then the same thing while it's still, well, now it won't open, so it's a little harder, but while it's still kind of folded over, you just put glue on the smaller tab on the end. The exact same thing. Lay the whole thing flat and stick it.
You want to put that flat like that, I think. Oops, sorry if I'm talking.
And then the exact same thing for your last one. Glue on your biggest side tab. And try to center it and fold it.
Oh, I think that should have meant. Maybe it's right.
And then glue on your smallest tab.
Do you think you'll need any of this tomorrow? Yeah, totally.
Fold it under
Oh, shoot.
and flatten it.
I went by.
Wrong side, I think.
Okay. My glue's probably not dry. And there you go. There's your whole base.
Wow.
Oh, that looks
That's
so-
really gorgeous.
So
Now
that'd
this
make a
one-
nice cake.
Yeah.
Turn that
Louise
sideways.
said that too. When I asked her for help with the 5x7, she thought I
Like
was
there,
making.
yeah.
And it's like, well, that's actually kind of a brilliant idea too. That'll have to be my next one. So it would make a great cake. You just turn it the
Yeah.
other way. And I did add this in the file for this little flag piece for the sentiment. I don't want to block too much here, so I'm only gonna glue like this little bitty edge because I only want it stuck up here.
Okay, I did something wrong. Mm.
Oh, come on, Bray.
Great.
And there is a print and cut flower in the file. But I have a ton of these already cut out from Anna Griffin, so I'm going to use this one. And you could honestly leave that with nothing there, or you could put a bow there, or maybe some rhinestones. There.
That's cool.
Very pretty.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah, it reminds me of
And
an
super
accordion
easy.
too.
Yeah, and you could honestly, you could use any paper you wanted, and you could use, you don't even have to do pattern paper. I could have done glitter cardstock and then done vellum maybe that I had embossed. That would have been really pretty.
I got the wrong here.
But super simple, and it doesn't even take long to put it together. I will admit though, the first couple I made, I had my pieces flipped around, so it didn't fold right.
Yeah, I think that's what I had here. No,
I did
that's
that.
not- It
And then on my
looks
second
good.
round, I glued all of these steps on without this pattern piece. That's really a problem.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Because you can't just slide it under there after.
Nope, it doesn't work.
It definitely does not work.
So
I think
I
I think
I'm
this has
just
got the other ones.
winging it. Winging it here.
I made this one in a 5x7 as well, with more Anna Griffin paper,
Huh?
That's
and then the second one on the back
It's
with Holly's
beautiful.
favorite font. Oh, here, let me get the glare off that.
Holly's favorite font. What is it?
Pretty.
Cinnamon swirls.
Yeah, it wasn't working for a long time. I had found it on a thing and then it wasn't working. And then just the other day I was like, let me try it. You know, and it actually worked. And Jamie, I was like, it's working.
Yeah, they fixed it in that update along with the Cricut Sans font. That one should be fixed now too. And then I did some of the A2 size, and you can see they're quite a bit smaller.
Got my project
I like
box.
it.
Yeah.
Lost something
I like
within the
those
project box.
license plate.
Right?
Paper.
This is some of that the Tim Holtz paper stacks that you can't buy anymore, which is also unfortunate. I have a real habit of can't buy it anymore paper. And this was actually ephemera from some of Anna Griffin's Guy card sets. This one's the same thing, ephemera from some of Anna Griffin's sets, and then Tim Holtz paper for the patterns.
This
Did you ink that?
No, I didn't. The paper actually had a darker edge on one side.
That's cool.
See how it looks like it's only
Yeah,
inked
it
on one
looked like
side?
it was. That's cool.
I love
I
that
was-
paper. That one's probably my favorite. That one's the receipts. And then I did this one, same paper stack from Tim Holtz, and I used some actual little metal gears from Amazon.
yeah.
That's super cool.
Good. I like it.
Okay, here's
Yeah.
mine.
My gears for.
Wait a minute, I can't see you, Dawn. Hang on.
Hold on, Dawn.
Yeah.
Yep. Got to wait for
Okay.
Deborah to change it.
We're done.
I don't even see Dawn. Where is she?
Whoop, what's glue in here? There it is.
See you. We can see you.
Oh,
It looks
great.
Oh,
very
isn't
cool.
that neat? I like that. I love the
Yeah.
paper. Good job.
Turned out not too bad.
Yeah, good
love it.
card.
And this one's a great one to use if you've got
love it.
smaller pieces of pattern paper because it doesn't take a lot.
No. Make
And
sure that
especially not to use two different kinds of pattern paper like I did on the smaller ones. They're not the same sheet.
right.
The license plates was a totally different sheet than the receipts. So you don't hardly need any to do
That's awesome.
the blocks.
That's good because when you get those paper packs and you got like 2 sheets of paper, you know, you're like, oh man, I love this paper, but I only have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of the problem I have too, and especially like I only had a half a sheet left of the license plate paper, and it was
Uh-huh.
enough to do both of these. And I probably have enough if I was really careful. I could do one more.
We need a Marcos paper here, like they had in Columbus. Or Dayton, I guess, wasn't it?
Yeah, I could use one of those too.
There's just You're so in there. little. But anyway. But the project file will be in there also always for you guys. But thank you, Jamie, for sharing this
Thank you,
awesome part
Jamie.
with us.
Thank you, Jamie.
You're welcome.
Even though I missed it all.
Thank you, Jamie.
I got an
you,
idea for you.
because I did it. Duh.